This is Brandon Phoenix, also known as I Also Hate Pitt. I introduced myself to you guys as I Also Hate Pitt when I started this podcast. We are now sponsored by multiple sponsors, including Sandwich U, located on 461 High Street, king of the fat sandwich. We are also sponsored by Shrinkables, and if Jeremy was here right now, he'd say, Shrinkables! And we have our newest sponsor, Swilled Dog, the greatest hard cider in all of the world. So when you get the chance, you need to get swilled. Responsibly, of course. We now welcome you to the best of the Raspy Voice Kids. Thursday, May the 4th, was the beginning of something special. The birth of the Raspy Voice Kids. We started something new, and you guys showed that you loved it too. And we're so grateful for the support, for the love, for the follows, for the downloads, the likes, the reviews, everything we've gotten, including the fact that through all of this, we've gotten to talk to really, really cool people. I'm going to go down the list now. Now, bear with me. I got to read. It's a long list. We interviewed Coach Tony Gibson, Mr. Chad Greer himself, DJ Chocolate Thunder and Teddy Bear Hayes, Coach Jake Spavital, Amir Richardson,
Christian Leonard,
Sarah Rogers, Jeff Postas, Jordan Dean, a.k.a. Jordan Ty Curry,
Joe Hayton, Steve Slayton,
Keenan Cummings, Jake Lance, Cade Webb is with us, Jeff Mitchell, Chris Hall, Grant Tommy, John Lowe, Chris and Brady, Deshaun Butler, Mike Casaza, KJ Myers, Mr. Dale Wolfley, Matt McCullough, Mike Phoenix.
What's up, RBK? Never fear, the herd haters here.
Herd hater
In the building.
It has been a fun year. We thank you for all that you gave us. We can't wait to give you more. Now, one thing I would like to say is that the name of our show has gotten confused over time. If you look on iTunes or on Podbean or even on YouTube, it's Raspy Voice Kids, ;AAM. That is always a mountaineer. Because no matter where we are, no matter what we're doing, no matter who we're with, we are always mountaineers. And that's what the show is primarily about. We are the Raspy Voice Kids, but we're presenting always a mountaineer. So we wanted people to know that so that you understand who we are and where we're coming from. And the reason we're the Raspy Voice Kids is because when we were children, we had friends who behind our back called us the Raspy Voice Kids because we had these scratchy, raspy voices. Now, they weren't being offensive. They just had a nickname. And we didn't find out about it for another decade. But when we were putting the show together, we realized, you know what? That's the name we want to go with. And that's the name that we decided would be the name of our show. And so far, people have responded well to it. But we just wanted to clarify that. Since we're doing the best of, since this is a compilation, we thought we would give you some background information. And while we are the Raspy Voice Kids, each and every one of you can be a Raspy Voice Mountaineer. Because when you go to the Coliseum, when you're at Mountaineer Field, when you're cheering on either of the soccer teams or baseball or rifle or whatever it is that represents the old gold and blue, you should cheer until your voice is raspy at the end of the day. And that is the idea behind Raspy Voice Kids, behind our fan group, Raspy Voice Mountaineers. That's what you should aspire to be. That's what we're trying to encourage you to shoot for. Now, our producer, Jordan Ty Curry, a.k.a. Mr. Terrible Takes, Mr. Bad Opinions himself, has produced a compilation of our best, funniest, and most enjoyable moments from this last year.
Let's kick it off from 1 year ago today.
My name's Brandon Phoenix. I'd like to welcome you to the Raspy Voice Kids podcast. I think it's important to note that from here on out, you might hear things that you like. In fact, you're probably going to hear things that you don't like. And what that means is you're going to have to remember in the back of your mind, when you hear things that make you feel happy, and even more importantly, when you hear things that you don't like, things that make you feel maybe angry or even sad, always go back to that part in your mind where you remember that I too hate Pitt. We work very hard here as Raspy Voice Kids to make sure that we never ever use a capital P when writing or describing that evil cesspool to the north. We implore you and all that you love to make the same decision. Hashtag never capitalize their name. Hashtag lowercase p. If you see someone who is not adhering to these strict guidelines, call them out. Not as a reprimand, but as a helping hand. With you, we can make a difference. You did spend some time at a place about 70 miles north of where you are now.
That's a good way to put it. It's a good way to put it.
And that's all we're going to say. What I want to know is, what did you do when they sang Sweet Caroline?
I didn't do anything. I didn't know that song. So I only know the bad version. 335. What the hell is that? Just what our fans probably say. But it became a part of our culture here. And that's the one thing that the kids believe in the system. And on paper, yes, it says a 335. But if you really study and what we do and how we use our spur position, we're a 3-4 team, which 80% of the NFL is right now.
We need you to say 2 nice things about Marshall Athletics. 2.
First, go back to Virginia.
2 nice things.
Nice. That's very nice.
Not
Go back-
nice. No. That is not nice. 2 nice things, Mr. Herd Hater. 2 nice things. Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton were forced to say something nice. You can do it.
Oh, the first one was nice.
No, it wasn't. 2 nice things.
But, okay, you're welcome for using my grandfather's property.
No, that's nice. That's nice. You're welcome for using my
That
grandfather's
is not saying, I said say something nice about them, not say something nice to them. Say something nice about them, Herd Hater. 2 nice things. I'll take it. Wait.
Another nice one.
I'll take it down. Say 1 nice thing about Marshall Athletics. 1 nice thing. Just 1.
One nice thing about Marshall Athletics.
1 nice thing.
They suck in all sports. I'm being nice.
It's your boy, M to the Raspy voice.
Yeah, you hear what we hear.
What
you talking about?
What do you mean? You mean there's no question he is blind? You believe he really is blind?
No, he might be. He is hard of seeing. You know, some people are hard of hearing. He's hard of seeing. But that homeboy is not blind. I mean,
He's never going to pay him because the thing is, the truth is, it's really hard to make money for O.J. Simpson. It's really hard to make money because he's been spending all of his time looking for the real killers.
Yeah,
If you're being
exactly.
honest, he's been spending all his time looking for the real killers.
He's been spending so much money and time and resources and effort and sleepless nights.
And I just feel like that should be applauded. And I don't feel like he gets enough credit for looking for the real killers.
Yeah, yep. Sleepless nights trying to find out who in the world committed these crimes, and
that's right up there.
It's a travesty.
He's been with R. Kelly.
He's right up there. It's him and John Benet Ramsey.
Yeah, and Natalie Holloway.
But I do know
who committed the crime.
I just know that him and R. Kelly have spent sleepless nights working hard to take care of victims of terrible crimes, and they just don't get enough credit. Everybody's looking for the negative.
I was already going to say this. R. Kelly, O.J. Simpson, and Bill Cosby need to start a members-only club. Members-only club. And maybe even Kobe
All right, that's enough of that.
Brown sugar cinnamon are the
brown
best.
Sugar cinnamon is just brown sugar. Don't add. Do not add.
See, what's the point of that? You know what I'm talking about. They are the best.
I'm trying to make sure we are honest and
with
accurate.
Icing, without icing, heat it up.
Without icing? Whoa. There's no Pop-Tart better without icing.
Hold up. Are you serious? Have you ever had a brown sugar Pop-Tart, no icing, toasted with a little bit of butter on top?
Oh, no, because I'm not disgusting. I would never, ever eat something like that.
Okay.
And what is a hoagie?
No, it's lame.
It's not even a real turkey. It means nothing. It's made up. It's nothing.
It's dumb.
And don't think we forgot. You are Virginia Polytechnic.
I was just about to go that. Polytechnics.
You're not Virginia Tech.
Dip. Don't mess with the Polytechnics.
Yeah, don't act like you're something sophisticated.
Nah,
you're in a football program. You're in engineering school. And you're not even great at that. Okay, let's be real about what this is. West Virginia till we die. Till I die.
I can't wait to see y'all in D.C.
We're going to be there, FedEx Field. If you're a Mountaineer, will you be there? We'll be there, rocking our Mountain Greer. Don't forget it. Don't miss it.
At first, I said this was all about Biggie. Then everybody else had their opinion. This is how we gonna do it on our
That's how we
side.
gonna do it on our side.
Forget Virginia Tech.
Forget Marcus and Michael Vick.
Forget Miami.
Forget all y'all. Brian Randall, forget you. Lee Suggs, forget you.
And if you down with the ACC, then forget you too.
All y'all. All y'all.
So this next clip is from our interview with Matt McCullough. He's talking about his first encounter with former WVU O-line coach Rick Trickett.
Trickett's assuming I'm a wide receiver. Okay?
Oh, he didn't know.
I was in the wide receiver group.
Yeah.
You know? But
That's what happens when
the
you stay in
second
the
time
gym.
I'm up, and we're doing it again. I start stumbling again. I'm stumbling and bumbling. Trickett walks up to me and grabs me by the collar of my shirt. He says, "Boy," I can't repeat exactly what he said. I want to be respectful to the listeners.
This is a PG show.
And I gotta be. So I'll kind of, I'll be careful. But he grabs me by the shirt collar. And he says, "Boy, you are the slowest effing wide receiver I've ever seen." And I'm sorry, Coach. He said, "I wasn't that slow. It's my shoes. Give me a pair of 11. Give me a pair of 11. I'll be respectable, okay?"
Yeah, you can put down a 4 or 5 for sure.
I said, Coach. He said, "What, boy?" "No disrespect, but I'm not a wide receiver." I said, "Well, what the F are you?" I'm a kicker, Coach. And he's like, at that moment, I could see it in his eyes. He felt bad for like a split second.
For a split second. Just a split
Split second, he felt bad. He kind of stepped back a little bit. He let go of me. And he said, "I don't give a F what you are. I'm going to kick your ass out that door if you don't run that." Yes, Coach. Yes, Coach.
Yes, Coach. I don't care what you are. Just so you know, there are 3 football numbers retired in West Virginia University history. They are, let's guess, do you know what those numbers are?
Definitely not. Oh, no, I do. No, Sam Huff.
That's right. Sam Huff is probably the only one that anybody under the age.
No, I think I got another one. Vaughn Rivers.
Hey, you're not gonna try to clown my boy Vaughn. You have never met. No one has ever seen a more fearless punt returner than Vaughn Rivers.
I love it.
Please, and plus, Vaughn's nephew, I think it's his nephew, is thinking about coming to West Virginia University. So please do not disparage Vaughn Rivers.
Vaughn.
Hey, Vaughn, if you listening, I never had nothing but love for you.
We forgive you for the fumble.
Whoa. Hey, man, I'm just remembering the good times.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm just remembering the good times.
I'm trying to bring this all in.
Hey, when you see me in the street, no, I was not the one who said all that disrespect.
It wasn't disrespect. I'm trying to say we still love you.
Okay, back to the subject. 75, Sam Huff. He's the most famous New York Giant. We know it. That makes sense to us. We get that. However, no one is going to pretend like Sam Huff is the most famous Mountaineer football player. Who's the most famous Mountaineer football player? You have 2 answers if I'm generous.
You don't have to.
If I'm generous. The truth is, nobody is confused. The most famous Mountaineer is not retired, has not had his number retired, because the other 2 are number 77, Bruce Bosley.
Okay, don't know him, but okay.
And
he was your lineman, offensive lineman?
Bruce Bosley?
I'm not sure. All right. Who's the next
No,
one?
wait. Let me, no. Hold on. Bruce Bosley?
Yeah, off the top.
No. Yeah.
Somebody got that.
Bruce Bosley played both ways. Look, man. I'm just trying to remember. Listen.
We don't have no Stanford Steve over here.
We don't have no Stanford Steve. We don't have no stat boy. Listen, I may or may not have Googled that just now. But he played in 1952 to 1955. Don't nobody know who he is, even though we love him because he's always about Bosley. Yeah, see, I said with the B. Bosley with the B.
I thought you were talking about somebody else.
Don't nobody know who he is, but he's a Mountaineer, always a Mountaineer. We love him.
Always a Mountaineer. We love
but
you.
But nobody knows who he is. He's not one of the 10 most famous Mountaineer football players.
This is a rumor we heard
The 88 season when you guys went undefeated, is it true that the reason you went undefeated is because you guys all agreed to not go to any parties and nobody swore or drank alcohol the entire season? Is that true? Is that true?
Who told you that?
No, I'm kidding, man. I'm just kidding. I didn't think that was true.
While you will contend that your marriage is more important than sports, and while you're probably right, the thing that differentiates the whole circumstance is that you choose when you get married. I do not choose when the Mountaineers play.
When he stood over the guy and he took the people's elbow pad off and threw it and waved both hands and went from, it was just amazing. Like, honestly, what do you think?
So
I can't believe he fell for that.
I did. I started. He got me. He set me up. He got me. Set him up, knock him down.
The thing about Skylar, the thing that makes it different with Skylar, the reason why Mountaineer Nation is mad at Skylar, and I got to draw a direct comparison to Clint Trickett. Yes, Skylar did all those things and he worked hard, and that's why we loved him, his toughness. Clint Trickett, I feel like, mirrors Skylar in so many ways, because his first year he had a bum shoulder, so he was throwing ducks, and I'm not saying he didn't play spectacular. The next year he comes back and he plays well. And you know the difference? We love Clint Trickett. So why is it that we love Clint Trickett and we don't have as much love for Skylar Howard?
I know why.
No, because of his attitude. No, like when Clint
I think that's legit.
When Clint Trickett went out on the field, every time he put on the gold and blue, every time he put on the flying WV, you could see from a mile away that it was an honor to wear the Mountaineer colors and to represent West Virginia. When it comes to Skylar Howard, I feel like he feels like we are part of his legacy. The whole Mountaineer experience was part of his story. Not that he helped our prestige, not that he helped our program, not that he added to us at West Virginia. I felt like he felt like he was doing us a favor, that we were part of his story. Just arrogant. That's the difference.
But I will say this.
That's the difference.
I will say this. It's really easy to get on a microphone and start talking about doing like armchair assessment, like in psychological assessments of what Skylar Howard, but I don't know how he actually felt. What I will say is
I heard what he said. We're just gonna let him boo us again. Yes. And I heard people say, well, they put in 2-a-days and they work so hard, and that's the truth. Them kids work hard, and I laud them for it. But the truth is, they try to act like, oh, well, what do you fans give? You know what I give? Do you know how many times, maybe not last year, but do you know how many times I've drove up to Morgantown on a Thursday night and watched a Thursday night, and this is a 2-hour trip from Charleston to Morgantown. The game ends at 11 o'clock. I drive 2.5 hours back to Charleston. It's almost 2 in the morning, and I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go to work. My money, my time, my energy, and not to say, if you lose, my whole next week is going to be screwed up. Like, that's what I'm saying. Emotionally, I'm involved. So to act like us as fans don't give you something, that we don't go out there and cheer you. Maybe sometimes we boo because we're emotional, because we aren't Pitt fans. Therefore, we are emotional.
And we
good
care.
And bad. And we care. But to act like, oh, you're just going to boo me again? Nah, forget you. Clint Trickett, not you.
I just want you to tell him why you mad, son.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I just want you to tell him why you mad. You're a person that people look at and they know that you understand how the game works. So what I want to know is, who is your favorite child?
That's awesome.
And there's one bottom line that you already stated. There's one bottom line. ESPN does not hate West Virginia. How do they feel about West Virginia, Brandon?
They don't care.
They don't care. Trey Day. Everywhere you look, it's Trey Young. You look on ESPN. You look at commercials. Everywhere you look, it's Trey all day, every day. And you know what? We as Mountaineer fans, we're sick of it. Football. Look at the past 9 years. You're like 500. You're like 5-7 and 6-7. What? You have the nerve to come and even open your mouth, even start to talk about sports with us? Like I said, you better leave it off the gridiron or the hardcore. You better talk about something else. You've lost your mind. And like I said, you better hope that if you do stick to politics, it doesn't spill into anything else. Because we know the last time what happened between West Virginia and Virginia last time they met on when a physical altercation broke out. We know what happened. You're so smart. You know history so well. Look that up. What happened to you, son?
Look that up.
Check your tone and use your inside voice. And then you talk about us burning couches and all this other stuff that you feel like we have egg on our face. Are you really going to talk about things that are being done in our city? in Morgantown, you're from Charlottesville. You're from Charlottesville.
Yep.
Your campus is in Charlottesville. Do you really want to go there? Do you really want to spend outside the lines? Nah, G, you don't go outside the lines. You don't go inside the lines. You don't want none, period, point blank. And tonight, Tuesday night, we're going to show you. But let's say, even if we don't, who are you talking to? Football, basketball, it doesn't matter. You in Charlottesville, if I were you, I'd just shut up. If it were me, I'd just shut up.
I would shut up. And if you're not going to shut up, at least be funny. Because it wasn't funny. Maybe your friends got a chuckle, but nobody else is laughing. And when you meet Press Virginia, you won't be laughing either. I personally thought Titanic was overrated. I thought that Leo was overacted. Rose
was young.
Rose is beautiful. Can't be mad at her.
Rose threw that stone back into the ocean. It ruined the whole movie.
Yep.
It ruined the entire movie for me. Let's be real. Talk about unrealistic, Jordan. Talk about unrealistic, Jordan.
Okay,
come
wait,
on.
wait.
Now.
I hope Jeremy's sound is not lost because that is the realest, the most important part of this entire segment.
I
is what
got
Jeremy said.
backups for days. I can make sure.
Make sure the people hear that because that's real. Okay, that's real.
Just ridiculous. I mean, there's so many other things. People have already said there could have been 2 people on the board, whatever. But when she goes, oops, like that's funny, that's cute, that's supposed to give me a warm fuzz. No, ruin the whole movie. Turn it off. You should have started with that so I didn't waste some hours watching it.
Coca-Cola, it is the best. Please stop talking about anything but Coke as the best cola. You know why? Nobody ever asked for a Jack and Pepsi. Ever. End of discussion.
Bam. Boom. Get him.
Sweetheart, I can't stop thinking about you. You'll always be in my dreams. You'll always be in my dreams. You'll always be in my dreams.